to the test. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. So this is what I wanted to do. Jessica has discovered a few of the top 10 inquiries that basically were not converted, and these were based on value. So altogether, the entire value of inquiries not converted back in February exceeded 200 million. So I've said this a few times. It totally means that we could have actually done better and achieved our revenue target. So let's take a look at some of these and see what we can do better. All right. So yoga, I've already given you advice on your one. Yoga, your particular issue, I think you understand already. Yoga, just tell me really quickly what you understand from our private talk, and then we can inspect other people's issues. Okay. So Yoga, tell me what you got.
I'm sorry. Okay. Searching. I think that my issues that I have in my particular cases that I didn't expect, didn't set the correct expectation or right answer to the owners, especially in the second pick uh, when the owner asks what do you want, I instead of answering the question, I asked about the affordability of the villa, which
Right.
was kind of wrong. So I need to yeah, I need to answer it first, then asking about other questions.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay. Listen,
Um,
Yoga, I think that's it. What should you have done earlier in this conversation here that you see?
um, from what I see, I think it's supposed to be identifying who I am.
Yes, that is correct. You need to identify yourself. And Yoga, let's understand the root cause. Once again, be as honest as possible. Why did you feel hesitation to identify yourself?
Um, because I'm approached as a guest, but and I think that's in the beginning it's not
Okay, it seems like Yoga's connection has faltered here, so I'll fill in for Yoga. Okay, this one I'll just cover really quickly because I see this as being a very basic type of mistake. So, Yoga told me that essentially he felt that if he identified himself as an agent, the owner would be turned away. Okay, so one, that's not a good mindset for a person who wants to do persuasion negotiation. You should never be ashamed of who you are. Okay, now, imagine going into a trade situation and saying, "I'm not very worthwhile, so don't buy anything from me." That you should never approach that. If you're going to think that way, then might as well give up on sales. Okay, so be confident about who you are. Be confident about representing yourself correctly. Now, it might be correct that owners will turn away agents. We already know how to manage that. Accusation audit. Hi, my name is Yoga. I represent Bukit Vista. Would you be bothered if I just ask you really quickly about villa management opportunity? You're probably thinking that this is another issue or another whatever with another agent, but I'm here to try to earn your trust and earn your business. Would you be opposed to speaking further about this? Just like that, right? So you get it right out of the way. Now, if they say, yes, I don't want to talk to you, then okay, you can discover more, or you can choose to conclude that particular dialogue, right? Either is better than talking for a very long time and realizing you had nothing to talk about. Okay. That's just a waste of time for you. It's a waste of time for the owner. And it's not good for our brand either. So never be ashamed of who you are. Identify yourself, accusation audit, no oriented question, and you should be able to overcome that particular situation with ease. Okay. All right. So that I think is tried and true. We've seen that mistake before. So let's move on. Yoga, please just practice the guidelines. Wait, let me double check with Nadine. Nadine, do we have guidelines about this? Does this situation look like something that's already been covered in a guideline?
Yes, yes, sir. I
Okay.
would send you the link directly.
Yoga, please study the link on the guidelines and then you will know how to accomplish this particular issue. Okay. All right. Let's work on something else then. Let's take a look and see what we have. Nadine, you have some big ones over here. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. So let's line those up. Nisrina, she had a pretty large inquiry, 65 million, if I understand, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, this
So
is a giant one.
yeah. These are the inquiries that just gathered.
Hmm.
So there is three,
Okay.
under my name.
Okay.
So I would let's analyze together, everyone. So let's focus for the two on the right side, because on the one in the left side, it's actually converted to direct, and that's the evidence below. The guest is actually
Hey,
booked on Villa Baru Tabanan for
excellent.
months, 6 months actually.
Okay.
So
We can
yes,
focus on the two right
and
ones.
then yes, but there is two unconverted. So let's talk. Let's try to analyze the left side, yeah. The one with Nisrina.
Okay, Nisrina.
Okay.
Okay, so for everyone here, please start putting down your thoughts. Okay, be as open
Yes.
and forthright as possible. We want to see what you would do in this particular case to have solved this situation. Bayu, welcome to our conversion chapter meeting. And Bayu, you also can participate if you'd like to tell us where you think this particular deal went wrong and what you would have done differently. Or you can give us some strategic advice about how we should conduct the meeting.
No, I'm just starting observing, so I will give feedback if I catch something.
Okay.
I'm just learning here.
Okay, excellent. So for everybody, please go ahead and start writing your feedback. For Bayou, let me give you a little bit of a heads up here. So what we're doing right now is we asked Jessica to analyze the largest inquiries that were not converted, basically the most opportunity that we've lost. So we're bringing those issues over here and we're analyzing them. So these inquiries are the top 10 inquiries that if we had converted, we probably would have crossed our revenue goal. So this is a slightly different structure from before, because before we just took a look at, well, whatever somebody posted, right? So now we're enhancing our prioritization and focus by having BI be involved in the inspection, so that we inspect the highest priority issues. Hopefully, I don't know if this has also been done. We also have some BD material here, so we can also take a look at that a little bit later. All right, let's take a look. All right, what's going on? Okay, thank you for the engagement, everybody. We got a lot of feedback on this one. Okay, all right. We're just about ready now. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of this feedback. Okay, let's do this. Once again, I think we've all put up our flags, our comments, and such. So quickly take a round and shop around for ideas. If you believe somebody's idea is good, go ahead and give them upvote. If you believe their idea is maybe not so good, downvote it or give a comment on it. Okay, let's take another minute and just understand what everybody has written and give your opinions. Hmm. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and dive into Nisrina. So let's start at the top with Aya. Aya, go ahead and tell us a little bit about what you thought, right? Would it be better to actually understand the guest preferences more?
Okay. First, the guest is already explained what he needs.
Mhm.
She needs some villa for child and also for senior. That we also know that maybe the traditional one is not suitable for senior, also children. So yeah, we can offer modern villa and also take a look on their previous villa, even though it's a full book, but we can find the same vibe villa.
Okay,
It's
all right,
the
that's
purpose.
great. Let's go over to Nadine. Nadine, what do you think about Aya's approach there?
Yes, um, I would agree with that for asking the guest preferences.
Mhm.
And then, yes, if you could, as soon as possible, find something that's suitable for them,
Mhm.
is also very good approach juga gitu. It's
Excellent.
much more faster to convert.
Excellent. Okay. For everybody here, remember, Airbnb, once you get more skillful at it, is actually a very good platform. And the reason why is because you don't need to necessarily ask to discover. You can simply click on somebody's profile and you can see what kind of properties they have booked in the past. You can be extra empathetic. You can say, hey, look, seems like you like modern architecture. I've looked at the past few properties you picked, and it's very consistent in this particular style. Would you like to have a similar experience in this particular case, right? And then, of course, that they have said something about their group size and everything. You could be even more empathetic. Does anybody have any special needs or special preferences? Does anybody in your party have special dietary conditions? They need to be next to vegetarian food or whatever it might be. So that is a good way to essentially lock in that particular conversation and go deeper into guest preferences. So, Aya, that's a very high quality approach. And I think that can save, once again, a lot of time. You can go right into discovery and start pattern matching right from the very beginning. So once again, I don't want everybody to necessarily go, oh, I need to go step 1, 2, 3, 4. On Airbnb, you can kind of go to more deeper steps, pattern matching and such, if you have already collected a lot of good information. Okay. Now, sometimes we go through the 5 steps of negotiation if we don't have any information, if we're starting from scratch. But if somebody has already told you what they want, they've already explicitly given you information, you can check on their past history, on what they've booked before. You can immediately go into stage 4, pattern matching, and try and close the deal. Okay. Airbnb, generally, because we have thousands of reviews, we generally have moved past building trust and identification. Okay, anybody who looks at us probably will have seen that we have some reviews already. They probably will have seen that, oh, it's Bukit Vista. They have 6,000 reviews. You've already moved ahead. Okay, so very good approach. Irma, okay, says when the guest says about modern architecture, we should have given them the other option. I would agree. Now, here's what I don't. Okay, whoa, we have a new one here. This is Vera. Vera has a very small text, so I'm gonna have to blow her up better. Vera, talk about what you have seen.
Yeah, like it's almost the same with Aya's approach, but
Yeah.
then like Aya's based from previous preferences, right? But then from my side, it's just that it would be better if the discovery part would be done better. Like
No.
if we imagine instead of like sending the link of the other property, which they must just start to send, I think you could start with labeling by discovering like because you already mentioned, right, they will have a really big group people coming in. So what we want to know, like for what, like, so I think like labeling, like it seems like you're going to have a big event or family gatherings or such, and then if they said yes, and then we could use a calibrated question. So like, what would you prefer for this event and blah blah blah, and then like we can
Excellent.
start pattern matching.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Listen up, everybody. That is an excellent response. And here's a more advanced technique too, as well, I'd like to share with everyone. Okay, so who likes to go back and forward a lot of times when you want to order something, right? Let's say you buy something online. Do you really want to ask questions like, hey, do you have this? Do you have that? Do you have that? This is what a great experience should look like. This is a more advanced level. When you get to a level where you're really good at reservations, you should be able to anticipate what this person might need. Okay. What do I mean by that? So just within one response, you can do something like this. It seems like you are traveling with a large group and you have specific needs of making sure that everybody is happy, safe, and delighted with their experience. I've had experienced this in the past, and I'm going to give you 2 options, right? And you can tell me which one is better. Option A is a modern design closer to the city. Option B is a traditional design that's a little bit further away, that is more quiet. Which option seems right for you? Okay, so right away, you are already kind of pattern matching at this particular level. Now, you have to also understand, why am I doing that? Because in their response to you, they're going to be able to tell you what they want, what they don't want. For everybody who might or might not see this approach, this is the same approach that, let's say, Tinder uses. Okay, so if you use Tinder for dating, essentially, if you swipe left on somebody, which is, I think, no, right? Left is a no. Left is a no, right is a yes, right? If you swipe left, then Tinder probably will show you fewer people like the person you just threw away. Okay, if you swipe right, Tinder will show you more people that they've done away. So through this system of offering options, you can also help accelerate the process of finding the correct property for somebody. Okay, and it's also a more delightful experience because they don't have to keep on telling you blah 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 blah. They get to see what you have too as well. Okay, so that can be a technique that you can apply. So before you go and ask too many questions, you can just say, "It seems like you need this. Here's option A. Here's option B," or if I'm mistaken, please let me know exactly what it is that I can do to help you better. Okay, that can be a fast way to get to the key points in a shorter amount of time. Nadine, yes, over to you.
I'm just giving thumbs up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, very good. Thank you. Thank you. Also, I see that there was a mirror here, Dimas, and in this particular case, this is a useless mirror. And not to be mean or anything, but it doesn't serve any purpose because you are just mirroring them. I'm not sure what you're mirroring them for. You mirror somebody usually to get them to tell you more and explain more. And if you're going to use that mirror. What would you really have hope that they would say? Yeah, I like to have, clean fans and, infinity edge pools or whatever. That might be, yeah. Right, correct, Nadine. Nadine is absolutely correct. Mirroring is far more effective for conversation than for situations like this because it can actually slow down the conversation. Okay, so try to restrict your use of a mirror to where the engagement is really fast because then you can get more immediate response. If you expect this person to write back within an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, then your mirror might not achieve the intended effect. Here, I think a label or something like that could have worked better to build empathy and trust, right? Like, it seems like you need a modern place to be able to satisfy a big crowd, right? And they would say, yeah, that's right. That's why I got it. That's exactly, you understand. So that can be a good opportunity to throw in a label. All right. Yes, yoga. We probably could have discovered a little bit more. And Nadine, have we tried to go back and restart this conversation, or has the guest already booked?
Mm, I need to check again, sir, for that.
Got it.
Yeah,
And-
but what is it? Seeing the check-in time is still in 23rd of March, right? So it's still open.
Right. Okay. Bayou also has actually oh right. Yeah, thank you, Bayou. That is a great technique. I forgot. All right. So Bayou put in this particular technique. That is great. So the other thing we could do, everyone, is to offer an option. If the place is booked, what we can ask is, are your travel dates flexible? Okay, because then that allows us to open up the conversation again. And that was a good technique that we had forgotten about, Bayou. Thank you for reminding us. Yes. And the hang. Yeah, we have to remember this, everyone. When you leave a guest hanging without an option, guess what they're going to be doing? Let's go to Irma. What will a guest be doing after we say you're looking for a place in Canggu as Gray did?
Okay. Um, where is it?
The first response, right?
Oh, first respond. Since we have, we can ask. I think we can more apa ya, dig about still looking for a quiet area or in an urban area, something like that. I
Right.
think
And you
it's
can immediately share an option, right, for them
yeah.
as a way to get them re-engaged. Okay. The reason for that is because if they can see something, they will stay a little bit longer because you're showing them something to see. If you don't show them something, then they might actually just walk away and start shopping again on Airbnb for something else, as Bayou mentioned. That's a good point. So please think about it this way, right? I think a better approach would have been this. This would have been my first response. I would say, hello, Nasrina. Thank you for reaching out for us. Just out of curiosity, would your dates be flexible? This property that you inquired is available from this date to this date. However, I do understand that sometimes dates are not flexible. So, would you be able to provide me a little bit more information about what you need? And then I can get right back to you with some options. Okay. So, this is different from what has been stated because there's no promise of any service, right? So, you're kind of probing without necessarily an exchange. Okay, so that can be a way to tighten up the grip and get that close to be a little bit stronger. Okay, right. One more question I have, and this is for Dimas. Dimas, why did this person ask us after you responded if it's available? I'm not understanding why that came up.
Which list?
Okay, so 11:30, I see. So more into modern architecture, right? And Serena, let me see what we got.
Yeah.
Happy face, cheers, Dimas. And then she writes back and says, "Is it available?"
I think she referred to my recommendation. She been waiting for the recommendation that hasn't been sending. So like,
Oh, No, it can't be
Yeah,
because you already
because
told her it's
I
available.
haven't really.
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
the link that I sent before, right?
Okay, I'm confused here.
I don't,
Was there an option of a modern
yeah,
architecture sent to Nisrina? Dimas?
there is actually. I was about to send her. Let me see. I think
Okay.
Villa Baru.
What do you see here?
I think Nisrina is prefer about the have you. I mean, did you have modern villa
Right.
instead of the dead
Right.
available?
So then I'm trying to figure out what happened next, right? Am I correct in assuming this?
Oh, I think I know this.
Oh, tell us about you. Did she acquire a different property?
Yeah, the guest sent another inquiry to another listing, our listing.
I see. Yes, that's it. All right. Does everyone see that? Inquiry sent 16 guests March 23rd to April 3rd. Yeah? You see that?
Mhm.
So apparently this thread has now been redirected to a different property, but it's just showing up again on this particular thing, right? So that's actually kind of sad. That means they don't trust us anymore, right? First time they're ready to ask for a special rate. Now they're just asking us if it's even available. Okay, there's a few issues here that I see. Not all of it is related to reservations. The first issue is actually why is the calendar not correct, right? That's a simple question. If the calendar was correct, then we would not even have this issue. We would just say it is available or whatever. So I need to kind of understand that maybe a little bit better too. That's the first thing we can fix. Nadine, this is a BI issue, or I think it's a BI issue. Why are we showing availability on the calendar when there's no availability? So that needs to be understood from the Toki perspective. Okay.
It's not exclusive partnership, sir. Lebak residence.
Oh, that's why. So this is a partnership management issue.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I see. Okay. In this particular case, everyone, the fundamental reason is that the partner has not been managed correctly and they have taken up space when they should not take up space. And can I assume that Rafik is in charge of this relationship, Nadine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay. That gives me specifics about what Rafik needs to do. Okay. All right. So a few things we could have fixed, but no worries, everyone. This has a fundamental issue to it too as well. Okay. We did the best that we could. All right. Let's move on to what specifically, Nadine. What was the second property that she actually asked for?
I don't remember, sir.
Okay.
Because it should be in the different conversation, right?
Okay. All right. I see another problem here. That Dimas, we never did find her an alternative, did we?
Yeah, because the amount of the gas that I think she said like 30-ish people.
Right. So
yeah, we don't to support that.
Okay, then what can you do? Let's go to Bayou.
Yeah, actually, I saw this multiple times when I attend this breakdown, basically, right? We always have this hanging. We always have the guests hanging without expectation, basically like this. Dimas said that Dimas basically will try to find the alternative, right?
Right.
But for how long? Is it
Yeah.
1 hour, 2 hours, or one day? So we don't set that. So I think the reasonable time for that is that we just say that give me 5 minutes. I will get back to you with the alternative that we have.
Yeah.
We will get back in 5 minutes whether we have the option or not.
Yes.
So that will keep the guests engaged. Basically, will
Yeah.
not find any other option.
Yes.
How can we prove that? We prove that by this. Basically, once Dimas say that, let me see what we got. The guests just say, while waiting, I'm just going to another listing. And yes, Nisrina found another listing and sent a message to that listing.
Yes.
Fortunately, it's our listing, but could be worse that she get another listing
Correct.
from another company.
Correct. Because she got tired of waiting for Dimas, right?
Yeah, and it's probably not that long, but the problem is she don't know how long she needs
Needs
to
to
wait.
wait. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And Demas doesn't know how long it'll take to find something like that, right, Demas?
Yeah.
Okay. So look at it this way, Demas. If you can't find it within, let's say, 10 minutes, it probably doesn't exist, right?
Quite right.
Right. If you can't find it within our inventory in 10 minutes, it probably doesn't exist, because otherwise that would mean that the tools that we have to understand our own inventory are not working very well. Okay. So in these particular cases, when we get special requests, okay, this is a stage 4 issue, Dimas, and I will give you private coaching on this one. Okay. We'll go over what you can particularly do. I am happy that this seems to be a more advanced situation, but come back to me and I'll give you some ideas of what you can do in order to engage this guest continuously and actually still build a deal out of this. Okay. Nadine, I think this is actually a bit, in some ways, of a higher quality issue, right? It seems like we're getting further down the stages. We're in stage 4, pattern matching and product knowledge, and perhaps even finding new products that could actually fulfill the guest's expectations. What do you think?
Yes, sir. That's what I thankful as well, right? Even though sometimes the conversion is dropped, but I don't see any other low quality problem
Okay.
anymore, sir.
Okay.
It's
All right.
mostly most.
Well, let's do this, everybody. For branding's sake, and what Bayu just said is actually correct. It does not inspire delight anyone to be left hanging on what's going to happen, right? One of the things I'm sure you guys hate hearing, I sure hate hearing, is let me check. And that's the last time you ever hear from that person again, right? Let me check. How much trust do you have in somebody who says, let me check, and then disappears? Imagine this. Imagine you call somebody from customer support. Hey, blah, 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 blah. Oh, let me check. Can I put you on hold? Pulsa burning, pulsa burning, pulsa burning, right? And 30 minutes later, 40 minutes later, an hour. How long are you going to stay on hold for, right? We all have lives. We can't just sit around and wait forever. So it could be this. Just say, let me check. 10 minutes, I'll get back to you, either yes or no, okay? And if it's no, I'll let you know. And that's okay, everyone, please. That, I think, is still better than just leaving people hanging, all right? I haven't told you guys how to fail yet, because I always like to push you guys to succeed. But in the case of leaving somebody hanging, or just simply saying, it looks like we don't have actually a good match, maybe this is what I can do. This is the best I can do, all right? If you can change your dates, that's the best I can do, all right? Just offer it there, and if they don't take that solution, you've done your best, okay? But leaving somebody hanging, not the best thing to do. Okay. All right. Let's go take a look at another case. We drilled really deeply on this one, but let's go take a look at Alia's case. Alia's case, once again, let's go ahead and dive into it. Nadine, do you think that this is a deep case, or is this a superficial case?
The Aulia one?
Yeah.
Not a deep case actually, sir.
Not a deep case, yeah.
So yeah, this one basically she's inquiring for in a property in Jogja that cannot for 1 month, and we don't have that supply yet. There is none of our supply in Jogja that can be rent for a month.
I see.
And
Okay.
if it can, the budget, the price is very, very high. So actually, my answer is, I think I did the discovery, but maybe the thing that can be improved is the follow up.
Okay.
Because she just left us on read.
Okay, this is actually a higher quality problem, everyone. So this seems like we're getting to stage 4 problems, which is we cannot pattern match, right? Because there is nothing to match it to. In these particular cases, Nadine, can I delegate to you to implement a, what do I call it? A request system, right? Whereby the properties that we cannot fulfill get requested and put into the BD team so that they can start looking for matches on that. Can that be done?
Yes, we did. We did, sir. Oh, we do have that.
Okay.
They always report into one sheet, and then that sheet's always reported to the canvassing team.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so listen up, everybody. If you've reached a situation where you've looked through our inventory, you've ascertained that there is nothing like that, then the best thing that you can do is put up a request, okay? Special request to the business development team to source properties that are a certain dimension, then it's not a long-term fail. It's just we can get this guest, but we can get the next one. Okay, so that's how we build a marketplace, everybody. Thank you very much. Okay, next, let's take a look at Samuel. Dimas, you have two of these over here. All right, Dimas, which one do you think is a more high quality situation? Which one is a lower quality situation? We have 15 minutes. We have to pick one or the other.
Sir, the right one was the most high priority than the left one.
Okay, let's go ahead and give
The
Dimas
most
some
deeper.
feedback, everyone. Okay, give Dimas some feedback, everyone, and write your stickies on it, and let's review after 3 minutes, okay? Okay, I'm laughing because I'm wondering who's doing the negotiating here. Okay, this gets better. Oh my god, where is this guy from? Dimas, did you know where this guy's from? Or Irma?
No idea.
You sure? I mean, you can click on his name and figure out what his nationality or anything is, right? Okay, he's pretty interesting. This one's a fairly interesting one. Okay, I would say this is a high quality issue. Okay, this seems like a high quality. Okay. Expectation mismatch. Okay. Bayou, interesting. Bayou, you are a strong negotiator. How come you don't come to these? Okay, interesting. All right. Savvy Bayou on this. Okay. Right. Not demonstrating value. Okay. Okay. Okay, yoga presents an interesting viewpoint. Okay. Vera says, yep. Okay, right. Vera. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's start with Bayou as our guest today. Bayou, tell us a little bit about your thoughts.
Yeah, this one I think is someone that's good with negotiation.
Yeah,
I think,
he is, isn't he?
yeah, I think it's should be we need to play with this kind of guy, right? But I think if we can make reason with him, we probably get what he actually wants.
Absolutely.
I think this could be just his strategy, basically. Let's
Yes.
say that the budget is half, right?
Yes.
So basically, of course, we will want him to book, but not this property, because this property have this quality and the price is this.
Yes.
And we cannot give half price for the same quality.
Yes.
So we need to explain that to him.
Yes.
So basically, what we are going to ask him is that with half of the price, do you only need the half of the facilities of this
Excellent.
property?
Excellent.
Yeah. So basically, that's a confirmation from his side.
Very
If
good.
we have that apa namanya established, then we can talk about the actual alternative.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Very good. Everybody, if you haven't watched the Daniel Pink masterclass, please study it. It's actually very good too as well. This is a very common thing that you can use to negotiate when somebody has unreasonable expectations, right? So let's say, for example, somebody says, I want it for this price. You can say, all right, or this is too expensive. So just simply put it this way. Okay, I can get you something that you have at your price, but what would you want to remove from this property? Would it be okay if I took away the swimming pool? Would it be okay if I reduced the bedroom? Would you be opposed if I took away the kitchen? Right? What is it that you are willing to trade in order to get a better price? Okay? Because if we don't go into that type of discussion, then we never close the deal because we never get closer to an arrangement. Okay? So you want a better price. What can I remove? Okay. And that is how we can approximate a close better. I was laughing here, Dimas, because of this. Let's go over to Safira. All right. Give me the case where Samuel used strategic silence and he got Dimas to actually start changing the deal.
I think somewhere expect for half of the price.
No. Give me the case of where Samuel used a negotiation technique, strategic
Oh, okay.
silence,
Oh,
and he got Dimas to shift his position.
that is double that I want to pay. No one will pay 180.
Not quite. Okay, let's go to Vera. Vera, do you know what I'm talking about?
The part where he said 180 million. Wow.
Right. See, Dimas, you went into the trap, right? He said 180 million or 180 million. Wow. And you immediately started chasing, right? So you fell into the trap of strategic silence. He didn't say anything more, and then you backfilled. You're like, "Oh, okay, is that not good enough? I can sweeten the deal." So that you can use actually on your side, right? You can say, "Yes, 180 million. Period." Strategic silence, right? And see what he says back. Okay. Or you could use a label or you could use something else. But when you then feel compelled to change the deal or offer him something else, then now you are giving up ground instead. Okay. So in these particular cases, don't change the deal, right? Don't offer to chase him. Say, sounds like you're not comfortable with this number. Okay. And let him reveal a little bit more. Sounds like 180 million might be outside your budget, right? And go back to the budget question again. So those are all different ways to engage in the correct way without losing ground. Do you see that, Dimas?
Yeah, I kind of see. Because
How
I
do
think
you
it's more
feel?
like that way. Yeah. Yeah, I feel, I don't know, enlightened, I guess. It's
Yeah.
more,
This is how
I
you
don't
know
know,
you've
makes
been beaten
sense.
in negotiations, right? When you see that. Hey, look, listen, it happens to everybody. Okay, it happens to everybody. But we're here to learn, and this is one thing that instead of going this direction, next time you see this, you can go and look how quickly Dimas responded in 3 minutes, right? He got an immediate response. Dimas probably saw it right away and immediately started changing the deal. So strategic silence works, everyone. Just okay. 100 million, yes. That's it. That's all you need to say back. And then see what he can say back. Okay. All right. That is double than what I want to pay. Nobody will pay 180. You can. This is beautiful. You can label this. I think. Okay. That is. That's also kind of a strange question, actually, Dimas. Does anybody see Demas's last question and why it might be a little bit of a strange question? Let's go to Vera. Vera, what do you see there?
Actually, I don't find it weird, sir, because he's replying to his worries, right? No?
No. Okay, let's go over to Shafira. Shafira, why is Demos's last response a little bit odd? And I know why you stopped talking, Demos, too. I know exactly why you stopped talking.
Because yeah, I think there is no property that half price this, and also Dimas cannot find.
No. Okay, let's keep on going. Yoga. Why did the guest stop talking to Demas?
I think because Dimas repeating the same question.
Yes. What is his budget?
Yeah, about the budget.
What is his budget, Yoga?
Half of it.
Right. He already told you the budget. Okay. All right. Hopefully, Demas, please. This isn't, like I said, this isn't personal or anything, but we can all learn from this particular issue. Okay. Congratulations, Demas. I want to actually commend you, just like Gani did in the earlier discussion. It takes courage to put forward these issues in front, but the key is here, right? We need to answer people's questions. Okay. He's already answered our question. We just haven't been listening to what he said. So, of course, when we ask him his budget again, he then probably gets annoyed. He's like, "You're not understanding what I'm saying," right? So, this goes back to empathetic listening. Okay. So, try to really read between the lines and try to really understand what this person is looking for. So, this person he's budget conscious. We need to negotiate on that, right? You have a budget of 90 million. I understand. So, what are the things you must have in your property? And then I can look in through our inventory and see what's a good fit for you. And I can promise you, nobody gets a perfect villa for 90 million either. And you can even play with him in that sense to equal out your respect with him too as well. Okay. But the clear case I see here is that we haven't answered the question and we haven't been listening closely enough to what the guest actually needs. Okay. Details matter. Yes, correct. Okay. Dimas, how do you feel now? Do you feel more enlightened?
I guess there's more light to this, I guess.
Okay.
And yeah, I can see where I fail, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, listen,
Yep.
if you haven't brought up one of your cases here, it doesn't mean that you don't make mistakes. It just probably means we haven't seen it yet. Okay. So please do this. Okay. Smart people learn from other people's mistakes. Um, Slightly less smart people will learn from their own mistakes. Really silly people never learn from any mistakes. Okay. So please let today's discussion and let's all learn from this particular case that we can do these particular tactics better. Okay. So one, don't get talked down. Okay. Like in a particular case where somebody throws out strategic silence, you can also respond with a label. You can respond also with your own strategic silence. So that doesn't need to be a disadvantage to you. Don't feel the necessity to backfill. One. Two, listen carefully. So sometimes the guest is already telling you what you need to know, and you need to be able to register that. Okay. So don't stress out. This is something I never see, but I want to see. If you're not sure, post in the conversion chapter. Okay. Post, I just got this message. I'm not sure what it means. Tag Nadine or me, and we can come and help you right during the middle of the transaction. Okay. If it's normal business hours. And I like to help. These cases make me very excited. Okay. Until you are able to cover these yourself. Okay. All right. Those are the main takeaways I hope everybody can take away today. We can move these, of course, I think over to done. I'd like to say thank you to everybody. I love the way this chapter is highly engaged. I love the way that we are able to share different ideas. And sorry for picking on Demas today, but I'm sure we'll find other people who are making mistakes and need to be corrected in the future. Okay, so don't worry. Once again, this is a safe space to learn and to understand. Okay, everybody, I'm sorry I laughed. I probably shouldn't have done that. Now that I think about it, that might not make the correct impression. That isn't the right approach. Okay, but I sometimes find humor in this because I do see it as a game. Okay, the way I see it, this is a game, and sometimes you make really brilliant moves. Right? Sometimes you see the other person make brilliant moves. I'm at the point where I see it that way. I see it more as a game. I know a lot of you take this seriously. This is like, oh, I want to do this really well, blah, blah, blah. But also elevate yourself, okay? Messing up one inquiry isn't the end of the world. Messing up the same inquiry the same way over and over is probably the end of your world here, right? Don't do that. But, try to have some fun while you do this, because ultimately this should be fun. This should be rewarding, okay? All right, everyone, thank you for coming in today. I think we ran out of time, and I'll see you guys at the next conversion meeting. Yeah, that's it. Bayu, stay. Let's have a chat, Bayu, with Nadine too, as well. Okay. See you, everyone. Bye-bye. Okay, Bayu, what do you think?